We're live.
Hey guys,
Hi.
I'll host this week.
You're back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
You need control again.
Yeah, someone was out to rein you two hooligans in.
Yeah.
No, that was a good show. I watched a bit of it. That was a good show last week.
It was
Like I
something
mentioned
else.
before, the Batman Superman part was pretty good. Just mainly because of how Paul was losing his mind over that.
It was hilarious.
I laughed out loud too, though. So it's all good.
Unfortunately, it very much was a video-centric, like, visual gag heavy.
Yeah.
thing.
There was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot.
That's what happens when I have guests over at my apartment. So
Hey, people are just gonna have to, check out the archive or the YouTube channel.
Go.
Gonna have to see what all the fuss was about.
Exactly.
What did you guys do for Halloween? Halloween passed. You recorded the day before.
Oh, yeah.
I did a horror stream with the guest who was staying at my house, Luke.
How did Five Nights go?
That was a really boring game.
It's a stress machine. Like, it's just like a job.
No.
Like, you're moving around.
No, it's just really boring.
Is it?
I was bored the whole time.
How did you... Well, you were playing it with somebody.
Yeah.
So, like, you had a friend with you, and, like, it's a
Yeah,
different
but that person
dynamic.
was scared the whole time.
That's really weird.
And I was just like, yep, gonna look at this camera. Yep, gonna look at this camera. Oh, look, he moved. Oh, look, we're dead. Oh, well.
We're dead. How long did it last?
We only got to night 2. We got robbed on the end of night 2, and then
How did you
redid
get
night 2.
robbed?
The clock was about to switch to 6, and we got killed when we pulled down the
And
camera.
then daylight savings time screwed you up.
Exactly.
It always does. It always does.
Hey, we got an extra hour. That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's like that first hour
Probably
we lived
still
through
make
didn't
it.
even exist.
I know.
Yeah. You can do whatever you
probably
want
don't
between that first 1 to 2.
Probably don't remember what I did in that hour, too. That's the best part.
I was at a Halloween party. So 1 extra hour of partying.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. It's the best.
Except for the fact that it switched over on the 2nd of November, so...
That's when I was having the party. Well, that's when the party was. It was Saturday night.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, we didn't get our days mixed up.
I was
I was
playing
getting-
Toontown
Why?
because that game is weird. That's something. I'm not going to talk about it like at length because it's Toontown. But yeah,
That's a good thing that you're not going to talk about the video game at length because this is the top-down perspective.
that's right.
We don't talk about video games here.
No,
Not at
we
length.
don't.
No.
No.
I'm going to host this week. I'm Sean Booker. I'm back. I'm joined by John Wheeler
Yo.
and Paul Fleck.
Hello.
And it's November 5th. We're doing this a day early. V for Vendetta, all that stuff. Wednesday edition. John, what have you been playing?
Okay, so I had a guest over for the past week or so. So we end up usually when that person's over, we end up focusing on a game or a couple games. But this time we just did one, and that was Okami for PS2.
Did you play through all of it? I understand it's long.
Yeah, no, we beat the whole thing.
Wow.
We didn't go for 100%. We just went basically through as much of the story as possible. It took about 30 hours, I think.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, we beat it.
Wait, isn't there an HD version?
Yeah,
Why didn't you play that one?
because I don't own it.
Oh, well, that's surprising too.
I buy it when I already have the game.
I'm sure that hasn't stopped you before.
I probably hasn't, but
So, cool. How do you like Okami? Does it hold up?
it's all right. I liked it. Story got good at the end. Camera's a little janky at times. A lot of weird busy work in the game too. Apparently, we skipped a ton of it because we didn't go for 100%. If we had gone for 100%, apparently we would have tacked on like another 17 hours to our gameplay, which is crazy.
Are you planning to jump into Okami Den?
Not right away,
Oh, okay.
but I'm sure it has interested me to see what they did with the story. So,
Someone's asking, do you own Okami Den?
yes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it. I do have.
There you go. Questions answered in real time. Is that all you played?
Yep. Well,
Not
I played the Halloween event for Payday 2.
Is it okay? Do you want to talk about Payday?
Yeah, it's kind of
All
terrible.
right.
I'm sorry, I just haven't been behind a lot of the new content they've been putting out lately because it feels like they could do so good with it, and they never get that high point in my mind. It's still just like, I don't know. The Halloween thing specifically felt like it was a last-minute addition. Like, they were just like, we're going to put something out for this, let's start.
Well, that's what they released last year. That was the Halloween event last year. They just re-released it.
Like, to be fair, no one knew Halloween was coming up. It was a bit of a surprise, so they didn't have a ton of time to get ready.
Yeah. Well, I know they've been busy with, like, the other
Wait, was it free?
Yes.
Yes.
How can you complain, then? Like, they're giving you free content.
Because it's time.
Paul, you also got to realize they released 2 new heists last month.
They seem to release stuff all the time. Like,
they do.
Aren't you just happy for new stuff all the time?
No, I would rather one thing that was good instead of 3 things that were just eh.
You didn't like the Hoxton Breakout or Hotline Miami?
I liked Hotline Miami day 1, didn't like day 2, and the Breakout I don't like. Which is really too bad. I'm disappointed. Although day 2 has some cool stuff in the Hoxton Breakout.
Yeah.
Just kind of holding up in the police precinct or whatever.
Or the FBI.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm just done. I guess I'm out.
Just angry.
I'm out.
What do you think about all the things they changed, like the perk deck and all that?
It's so weird. That stuff is really weird, but it's kind of like just adding another carrot on the stick, and I kind of just don't care right now about it. Like, I haven't played it with the normal group I usually play with for a while, and when we do, we just kind of go in, like, do a few things, and then stop playing and play something else for the night. I think we're just kind of burnt out on it. I already got my Payday too.
All right, I haven't played for like a month or so, so
yeah,
going back to
jumping back in with all this new stuff was probably pretty nice.
The only thing that sucked was we wanted to get the Halloween masks, or I did rather.
Yeah.
So we had to card grind to get them.
I hate that they did. Yeah.
I got the first 3 masks almost instantly within like 10 runs, and then it took like another 50 to get like the last one.
You don't have to do that.
I know, but the only chance you get to get it is for a 4-day span. So it's like, if you want these masks, you have to do it this time.
You kind of have to do that, because the reason to play Payday in the end is masks. Like,
yeah,
it's just like the thing you want to collect.
This is just hats. This is just Team Fortress hats.
Yes, it very much is essentially just hats. But you got to get them.
Yeah,
got to get.
Plus, it was also a chance to just like hang out with some people I haven't chatted with in a bit and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a club, I guess. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like a book club. Everyone gets together.
Just about robbing banks.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great book club.
A conspiracy, I guess. Okay. I guess, Paul, what have you been playing?
Well, I mean, that kind of segues into what I played was the Evolve Alpha that weekend that they had here. And that is very much...
I saw everyone giving out codes. Where were these codes coming from?
I got emailed like 20 of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got like 5.
It was stupid. And if you didn't get one emailed to you, you could just sign this little form on their site and then get one. And then they would email you 5.
Supposedly, if you also owned XCOM, you also got it.
Yeah, if you owned XCOM on Steam, you got one. Basically, if you knew how to breathe and use the internet, you could get a code if you wanted one.
Damn it.
Yeah, I had to skip out on mine, but I've heard good things.
It's okay. I got to rein this back a little bit, because the first night we had with it was fucking fantastic. It was the best time I've had in a long time playing a game. The second night, we stopped playing after half an hour.
Ooh.
It was just kind of like, yeah, we did. Maybe we burned ourselves out on like it before. Okay, so the big problem is I like playing games with friends, right? In the alpha,
that's a big bad problem.
In the alpha, if you had a group of friends, you could never any of you play as the monster. To play the monster, you had to go in solo and find a random group. So
interesting. Okay.
So since I wanted to play with friends, we were always the hunters, which is fine because the hunters are cool, and we like leveled up our guys a little bit and got used to each one. And but at the end of the day, I just kind of wanted to not play anymore. It was weird. It was like this balancing act of, do I want to play and have fun with my friends doing this thing, or do I want to just kind of do this alone and play like the cool thing I want to play, but not be interacting with anybody right now?
Hey, playing games by yourself is cool too.
It can be. It can be, yeah. Also, the alpha was only the like hunting mode that the game's going to come out with. That's the only mode they had.
What else is there?
There's going to be a single player and something else, apparently, they've announced.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They're being surprisingly tight-lipped about what's going to be in this game.
Yeah,
that's good.
But the alpha is what you think it is. It is 4 dudes or people getting together and fighting a monster who is trying to stay away from them as long as possible to evolve to basically kill them easily and destroy the reactor or whatever.
What monsters were available? Was it just Kraken or what?
It was Kraken and Goliath. Goliath is the default, and Kraken was the one you could get after leveling up Goliath a bunch.
Okay.
Is Kraken like a water monster?
Kraken is actually more like a psychic, like electrical monster, which was...
Is he at least like a squid?
Kind of. It was kind of like a weird squiddy Cthulhu like.
I think you needed to like evolve to get like the true kind of Kraken style form, from what I was seeing at E3 at least.
Then you turn into like the crap. What was it? What's okay, hang on.
He'll get it.
Give me a second, then I'll get the joke. Hang on.
Yep.
Just keep talking. I'll jump in.
No, we're waiting. You'll get it. You're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop the podcast right now. Give him time.
Okay, got it. After you level up enough, you turn into the Mr. Game & Watch squid.
Oh, you mean an octopus?
Yeah.
Anyways, so what the Kraken is, it's this big, tentacly Cthulhu-like thing. The annoying thing about him is that he kind of flies, like just straight up flies around in the air, and does like electrical attacks to like the whole group, and these weird like homing missile ball things he can spawn. He's a pain in the fucking ass, basically. But the Goliath is your basic like King Kong type-ish monster sort of thing, like it's reptilian monstery thing that climbs up stuff really fast and can like run and pound the ground and throw rocks and shit. But I don't know.
Can he beat his chest?
That is actually a surprisingly good question. I don't think so. I don't think that ever happened. But that game though is really fun, but I think it's going to need something to increase the replayability for me a little bit.
Well, it's just the alpha, so I would expect it to be just a small slice of the game.
Yeah, but that slice is kind of uninteresting. It's kind of just like, I don't even know how to put it. Like, you level up and you can get new perks, and that's kind of the thing to keep you drawn into it. But
wait, isn't this also referred to like as like the big alpha or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it was. Evolve Big Alpha. This was basically server stress test.
Yeah, that's why they gave out keys to every single person. They even sent emails to the people who got keys and were just like, hey, we want you to all come in at this time exactly, please.
Yeah, like 1 to 3 p.m. on like Sunday.
That's right.
Eastern
That's exactly
Standard Time.
That's exactly what the time was. Yes, 1 to 3 p.m. They wanted you to destroy their servers. They wanted to stress test.
That's usually how it works. So
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. That game is totally fine though. Like there is nothing inherently wrong with the way it controls or plays. It plays like the new Borderlands basically, because you have like a jetpack sort of thing.
Okay.
So like you can do like the double jumping and floating for a certain amount of time, and then you'll have to wait for your jetpack to recharge. You're always running, which is kind of weird because I'm used to holding down like the shift key with the WASD, and it does nothing because you're just consistly running as a hunter.
You probably always want to run.
Yeah, no, like I get it. It's just
you gotta go fast.
If I'm holding down shift, I want to go faster. I want to feel like I have that input.
Oh, I see.
There was a weird bug that
this is just the first step in all games turning into Sonic the Hedgehog games.
Yes. You've done it. You've cracked the code.
Yeah, this is where it begins with Evolve. We'll remember this game as the first step.
Right.
Into our downfall. That's going to kill the game industry.
Either way,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
that is a game I will be buying when it comes out.
Cool.
I've played enough of it to say that, like, if you have some friends that you can play with, it is a good time. It's just not. It's probably not one you're gonna lose yourself in for like a week or two, but like one of those ones that, hey, all 4 of us are on. Why don't we like play a little bit for tonight, sort of thing, and it will do a great job.
Like Left 4 Dead.
It is very much like Left 4 Dead in that respect.
Well, it makes sense because it's the Left 4 Dead people working on it.
Yeah.
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 I'd be a little worried if they didn't make a game kind of like what they usually make.
Well, that would be cool if they did something different. So I don't know why you're getting...
They sort of are, to be fair.
I still want to play that.
If you want games that are just like the last games, you should play more Nintendo games.
That's convenient.
It's true.
Are you playing Hyrule Warriors again?
Yeah. Yes.
Fuck.
Okay.
You got a problem, man.
What?
Yeah,
you got a problem, dude.
Yeah, my problem is I'm having fun. I'm sorry.
Stop having so much fun.
No, you're not. You're grinding for masks.
No, I'm not.
You're grinding for masks.
That was last night.
Oh man, that would be so good. Majora's Mask Payday crossover. Holy shit.
God. Well, I mean, the Majora Mask is pretty relevant now, which we'll be talking about in the news.
Yep. Yes, it is. Or wait,
yeah, it's in the news.
Okay.
I read ahead. Don't worry.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Evolve's good. If people want like that type of gameplay, maybe check out Depth. That is actually out right now, where you can play sharks versus humans, sort of thing. Same kind of idea. Some people play as a shark.
Sounds like, oh god, what is that game where you have? It's the dinosaurs versus the humans.
Turok.
Yes, that's clearly the one I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Natural selection?
That's such a good pull.
Turok is dinosaurs versus humans. What's your problem?
As a versus shooter. Sorry, let me clarify, apparently.
Well, all I'm saying is
you play as a raptor in
that
Turok?
Raptor with a knife in its head.
In the Turok multiplayer on N64, couldn't you play as a raptor?
I don't think so.
Not on the 360 one.
That's the one. That's the one Sean knows all about.
Yeah. Hey, ask me anything about Turok for the Xbox 360.
All right. 0 to 10. What does it rank?
Not very well.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a great number.
But with the amount I put into it, surprisingly well. Should we talk about some current games?
Probably.
I've been playing a lot of new stuff.
Sean, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? I toyed around with Project Spark on the Xbox One.
Do you love it?
Did you play as Conker, or is that not out yet?
I did not play as Conker. I don't know if it's not out yet. I didn't care to play as Conker.
What? That's the only reason you play Project Spark. That's what E3 taught me.
It's just like a skin pack or something. That's all it is.
Tom's in the chat says you can play as a raptor in Turok 3. It couldn't use guns, but it was very fast.
Yeah, that's okay. It was 3. Also, the game you were thinking of was Orion Dino Horde.
Is it? I thought it was Natural Selection.
I thought it was Turok.
Actually, you know what? It is. There's like 5 games that are all the same because I think
I'm pretty
Stomping
sure we're
Grounds
talking
was
about
similar.
Turok.
People just really want to play as dinosaurs.
Guys, I'm telling you, in Turok you fight dinosaurs.
Yes,
not
that's not what we were questioning.
You do fight Jurassic Park. You fight dinosaurs as well.
You can also play as a dinosaur in Jurassic Park.
In Telltale's Jurassic Park, can you play as a dinosaur?
No.
I didn't play it. I heard it was bad.
I heard it. Yeah, I heard it was average.
It's a Telltale game.
What are you talking about?
I knew that would get you going.
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh.
You don't know anything.
Uh-oh.
What have you done, Paul?
Do you guys want to hear all about Project Spark?
I do actually want to hear about it, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Project Spark is a game simulation game, much like Little Big Planet. So if you played that, you know all about creating games through the game. I haven't done much of the creation stuff in Little Big Planet, so I don't know exactly how similar they are, but in Project Spark, it's like icon-based coding that you're doing.
Icon-based coding?
Like they set up things like, okay, in this column, we're going to call this column the when column, and this column is the do column. So you put stuff like when you use the control left stick, This is what's going to happen in the do column, which is
This
movement.
sounds a lot more actual programming.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
like-
this is
yeah,
coding.
Yeah, so it is, like I said, it's like icon-based coding, and they'll do stuff like when you press the A button, what do you want it to do? Oh, you want it to jump, but you only want it to jump once, so you need to put a modifier on the when column. And the tutorial works pretty well. You get a good feel of how to make your game and whatnot. That's probably the best thing about Spark is kind of how easy it is to create stuff. I didn't end up creating anything that great because I'm not really interested in making my own levels
You
ever.
didn't
or
make
stuff like
Mario
that.
1-1?
No, but I'm sure that's in there. I
I'm
did
sure
play.
it's also probably been blocked too at this point.
I don't know. I played a pretty good rendition of Limbo,
Really?
Really?
and it even looked like Limbo. Like you can really customize it. It was 2D. Things were all black and gray. It was Limbo.
And that's when you find out the developers, that the people that made it were actually just the developers of Limbo trying it out.
No, it was the developer of Project Spark made it.
Oh.
I also played a pretty good rendition of Portal that you can make portal guns in that game if you want. It's kind of really impressive what you can make with it. My biggest issue though is so I got a code sent to me for like the starter pack, which comes with some unlocked items you can use to customize with, but it also comes with their first like campaign episode, which I think there's only 2 on the menu.
They're making an actual story mode to go with Spark as well?
Well, there's like a really short, kind of loose story mode. So it's like, and I honestly didn't really like it, so I wouldn't even call it like the draw of the game. The draw is this other mode that I'll get to in a sec. But they have this like Void Storm, I think it's called, story mode. It's the only thing with like voice acting in it. But it's just kind of like, it's like not fun. You're kind of running into an area. A bunch of like goblins will show up. You fight them. You run into the next area. You repeat. And there's some extremely light puzzle solving. Like I wouldn't even call them puzzles. It's so light and easy to do.
So Little Big Planet.
But like Little Big Planet has like more gameplay because it's a platformer. Like this was just kind of just annoying to go through. Like it's almost like an introductory mode on how the adventuring would work, but it's behind a paywall, so I can't even say it's an introductory mode. I don't really know what it is. It just seems like we should make more stuff and put it in there. So that's not great. What's even worse about that is your character moves kind of slow, almost floaty-like, much like Little Big Planet. And the frame rate drops all the time when you're like leveling up. I can't tell you how many times my character got enough experience to level up, and the frame rate just dropped for like a solid 5 seconds of just slow. The game slows down so often, it's weird. But apart from that, the creation stuff works great. And the mode that I think is the big draw is the Crossroads mode, which combines the playing with the creating in one of the coolest, most like fluid ways. What it'll basically do is it'll give you a list of options like, hey, where do you want your adventure to be? And you're like, I don't know, mountains. And you can even hit randomize, or you can select the one you want. And it's like, okay, what time of day do you want it to be? And you can, randomize again, or you can pick, I don't know, sunset. And then it's like, okay, and which character do you want? And you pick your character. Then it's like, where do you want your starting town to be? And you just fluidly pick anywhere on the mountains, and it'll like mash that area down and put a starting town there. And then you can basically just explore this empty area while it's slowly building the area, while you're customizing where all the objectives are. So you're customizing this stage for yourself while you're playing it. So you can be like, you can run up to a random person and they're like, oh, hey, my pet was kidnapped. Can you help me find it? And you're like, okay, sure. Then you get to pick where the pet was taken to. And you get to pick what's going to be there when you go to find it. And you get to pick what the enemies are going to be when you get there to fight them. And you're going to go fight them, and then when you fight them and beat them, you get to pick what the reward will be. And you can do that for as long as you want until you're like, okay, I think this is a pretty good area. I'm going to leave, and then you can export that entire creation that you just made and played through for everyone else to play.
Okay, that sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, like if the coding part seems like too daunting for you, which I totally can see that, because like I said, I'm not really into making my own levels ever. I don't want to get that deep into it. I don't have the time to get that deep into it. This was like, I'm going to play my way through the level creation process. And your characters are gaining experience and stuff the whole time you're doing it. So it's really great. Crossroads is the thing to do. I should say Project Spark's free to play. Xbox One and Windows 8, so you can jump in pretty easily to check some stuff out. And like I said, there's a bunch of cool creations on there. Like I played a game of Limbo, I played Portal. I'm sure there's others I didn't like look too in depth. But yeah, Project Spark's kind of interesting. I just wish it kind of handled better. With like those frame rate drops were crazy. I haven't seen.
Is it considered officially released, or is it one of those like constantly in the work, constantly in beta kind of deals?
I wouldn't say it's constantly in beta, but they're obviously going to be adding tons more as it goes on. It is officially released, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, you can buy the starter pack and stuff, and you can play episode 1 if you want, which I don't recommend doing. But yeah, that was my time with Project Spark. They sent me like a review code. I didn't end up like writing a proper review because of its like free to play nature. I just kind of wrote like my impressions on it and whatnot, and put that up on Comic Book Bin. Yeah. What else have I been playing? We should talk about. I can briefly mention Fantasy Life. I was shot a code my way. Okay. I've only put maybe like an hour into it. It's very text heavy. I just need to sit down with it for a bit longer. I'm assuming, John, you looked into this game? No?
I picked up a copy like a day or two ago, yes.
I didn't even know what this was, and just a code showed up in my inbox.
It is a level 5 action RPG, for lack of a better term.
But, so you haven't played it yet?
No.
Okay, because I'm really interested in how this game works, because you can pick a class, like what your character is, but they have classes that would imply like it's not just like a fighting game. Like you can be like a seamstress.
You can switch classes on the fly whenever you want.
But
you're also not tied down to one.
But what I'm wondering is, if you play like the seamstress or the baker, are you still fighting enemies, or are you playing a completely different game focused around those classes?
That I do not know, but I assume that you can probably still fight.
I'm assuming it's the other way, because the town is huge. There's so much in that town, but I don't know for sure. And I just played as the like mercenary, so I'm clearly fighting enemies. I'm sure someone in the chat will mention, because some people in the chat are kind of going crazy about the game. But anyways, yeah, I just need to play more of that. I will say the opening title card sequence is pretty delightful. Level 5 does some great animation, as always. A game I played much more of was Sunset Overdrive.
All right, tell us more.
What do you want to know about Sunset Overdrive?
Is there any good?
Everyone's been saying the humor is too forced. Do you feel the same?
A bit. I wouldn't say it's off-putting. It's not off-putting me, but it is definitely a lot of like, we are breaking the fourth wall. This is a video game, and it's like, hey, that guy didn't have an arrow over his head. Does that mean I'm not supposed to talk to him, or should I? Basically like that. But it's pretty wacky. I don't like many of the story mode's missions so far. It's a lot of like, hey, can you go get me like 3 items, and then you have to run over to this side of the map and then fight some guys and get the item. Run over to this side of the map, fight some guys, get the item. And it's a lot of fetch quests. Like a lot of them. But at least, when you're fighting enemies, you're grinding around telephone wires, shooting teddy bear grenades and electric handguns and all the totally weird, crazy stuff.
So it's still got the Insomniac touch of just being completely off the wall.
It's definitely completely off the wall. You can totally jump really high, and almost every item you can bounce off of. I just did this mission where there was this robot dog that could destroy like anything, so that was kind of cool. There's like flaming trains that you can mash into enemies. Every time you shoot one of the exploding type monsters, the words "pop" in its guts explode into the air. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. It's full of color. I'm enjoying my time with it. I wish the missions were just kind of better or more varied. But I'm only maybe like 2 or 3 hours in, and I understand it does get a lot better the further you go in, and the side quests are a lot better. So I'm kind of waiting for that to kick in.
You gonna try the the multiplayer at all?
I'll definitely try it at some point. I haven't yet, just because I'm still like, I would say there's a bit of a steep learning curve. I still even wouldn't say that I'm moving around in a fluid sense. You know what I mean? Like, because the game is very fast paced, and they know that you can be very powerful in how you can move, so they'll send a lot of enemies at you. And I just a lot of the times I'm noticing that like whenever I see a group of enemies, my instinct is okay, find like a circular grind rail so I can just not focus on the grinding and shoot and grind in a circle while I'm shooting, which shouldn't be the case. I should be like doing backflips, and I know I can. They definitely let me. There's a steep learning curve that I have to kind of get over so that everything kind of smooths out a little bit. So again, I'm assuming that's part of why later on in the game it gets a lot better because you just kind of get better at playing it as well. What else was I playing? I played a little bit of Volgarr the Viking because that was a Games with Gold. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I particularly like every time you get a shield, your Volgarr is just so hyped up that he just has to throw a flaming spear. He just has to. Which is awesome because there's always like an enemy in the way, and I love throwing spears at like a group of enemies. Like there's an achievement for stabbing 4 at once, so that was awesome to do. But yeah, that game's pretty good. It's pretty like it is unforgiving. I'm really bad at it. I only played a little bit, but I am definitely bad at that game. Paul, so you've been playing it. It came out last year on PC. I know that.
Yeah, I played a bit of it. I just haven't gone back to it because stuff has been coming out.
Right, like, yeah. It came out on PC, I believe, in 2013. So this just came to Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Like, this week. Like, it's a new game for the Xbox, so that's cool that they're giving it for Xbox One.
Yeah, it was a game with gold, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I picked it up. Yeah. I just known about it before because it was a PC game. So I would definitely recommend trying Volgarr if you have gold. But because it's good. It's a it's a platformer. It reminds me a lot of Ghouls and Ghosts.
I think that's what it was going for with it, because like the hard, like you die now you have to restart everything all over again. Or is it
Ghosts and Goblins? Ghosts and Goblins.
Both of them.
Both.
Oh
yeah.
Wait, that's 2 different games. What am I thinking?
Yeah, it started with Ghosts and Goblins, then it went Ghouls and Ghosts, and then Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
What's the one on the Game Boy Advance?
That'd be Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Okay, that's the one I played. Yeah, no, it's very much like that. Side-scrolling, enemies hurt you, and when you get hurt, you lose some of your clothing. However, this guy doesn't get into his underwear at any point. I guess he's like in like a loincloth the whole time, though. So I guess that's kind of like...
Yeah, that'd be a little weird.
But yeah, no, dude, when you get a shield and you're so hyped up, that's great. That's awesome. And you can jump on your spears. It's cool. And I believe I played one more game. Oh, yes. I've been playing a whole bunch of Disney Fantasia Music Evolved.
What is this game? I watched footage of it, and I don't quite get it.
It's hand dancing.
Is it just an equalizer?
It's hand dancing.
It's just an equalizer is what you're saying.
Dancing with your hands.
Okay. Music hand equalizer. Got it.
Show us some of the dances with hands, Sean.
You're doing stuff like...
Do the dance of your people.
And then you got to hold this one while going like this. And then you got to do both at the same time.
So it's para basically, but with the Kinect.
What is para?
Para is hand dancing. Years ago, remember when like Dance Dance Revolution came out?
Yes.
Konami also made a game called Para Paradise, which was dancing with your hands. There were these sensors in front of you, and you had to do like motions like this. Put them higher so you can actually see that movements like that to do your dances in the game.
Yeah.
So
it
just seems like a more expanded version.
Yeah, I guess this is more like arm dancing, but whatever. I don't know if it's my Kinect setup, but it loses me a bunch, and it's either the Kinect sucks or this game doesn't work great for the Kinect.
It's probably the Kinect.
Probably. Yeah. But it's fine. The intro is so slow. It is unbearably slow. They go through this quick little thing of like, hey, you're gonna have to do punch cues, you're gonna have to do hold cues, you're gonna have to do like wave cues, and you're like, okay, got it, thanks. And then they do each thing. It's like, okay, now that we've explained all that, we're gonna do one song dedicated all to punch cues, just to make sure you got that, and we're gonna do one song dedicated all to hold cues, just to make sure you got that. And we're going to do one song dedicated to this one and one song dedicated to this one. And then finally, once they've taught you that, they're like, okay, go out there. Now you can play some songs. You can start mixing some stuff. Oh, by the way, the songs you just played, they're going to be in the start too. So you get to play them again, which is the worst. I can't, finishing the tutorial and being like, okay, do you want to play Bohemian Rhapsody again, like right away? And it's like, no, I don't. That song is too long. I don't ever want to play that.
Wait, that was one of the tutorial songs. Was Bohemian Rhapsody?
The second song you play is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, that's a little silly.
That's so good.
Like it's not like a hard song or anything. Like it's the difficulty.
No, it's just like 6 minutes long.
Yeah, like I'm tired of that song. Honestly, I don't want to listen to it anymore.
Okay.
But people keep wanting to listen to it. The game does get really fun when they start throwing a whole bunch of different cues at you, and your arms are moving fluidly. You're just like, okay, I gotta swipe, punch, swipe, punch. It gets pretty good when you're doing a lot of stuff at once, and it is pretty cool. The mixing of genres, and that's the big thing with Disney Fantasia is, you'll have the standard song, but eventually you unlock different versions of it. So it's like, I'm gonna play a metal version of Bohemian Rhapsody. Which actually, that totally helps alleviate the problem of me not wanting to play a Bohemian Rhapsody anymore. Because every time one of the change genre songs come up, I can just keep selecting the new genre, and I don't have to. And I'm basically listening to a different song that is more tolerable because I haven't heard it a million times. So that part's definitely pretty cool.
Is Weird Al's Bohemian Polka an option?
I don't believe so.
All right, I'm not buying this game.
But Royals by Lord is a song. There's a whole bunch of classical music.
Okay.
Even more classical music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, it's Fantasia, so that makes sense. A lot of the music's from
Some
Fantasia.
Nights by Fun.
I don't know what that is.
You never heard
that was the Wreck-It
That's a
Ralph
big
trailer
song.
music.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Message in a Bottle by Police.
Ugh. All right.
You get to play that one twice.
Great.
It's a tutorial song, and then it's
Great.
the first song
That's
that
a
you get
good
to play.
song, though. Message in a Bottle's a good song.
Yeah, but you don't.
Message
after
in a
the
Bottle
tutorial-
by the Police for me is like Don't Stop Believing by Journey for Sean.
No, I'm totally with you. I am tired of Message in a Bottle. At least put Dream Police in there. Come on, I haven't heard that song a million times, and it's great. There's also classical music in there. Did I mention there's classical music in there?
No, you didn't.
Oh man, let me tell you how many times you play classical music.
How many times?
Every second song is a classical song. Which I don't want to listen to any more classical music. Anyway, the game's just slow. You don't even get all the songs unlocked at the beginning, so it's like, man, I'm tired of your bullshit tutorial. I'm just going to play some music and hand dance. And it's like, no, you're not. If you want to, you can play the songs you already unlocked, which is Message in a Bottle and Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm tired of those songs.
So there isn't just an arcade party mode or something where it's just all the songs go?
There is, but you have to go through the story to unlock.
Oh my fucking god.
The story.
Yeah, there's totally a story. But and that's the thing is it's weird that's how Harmonix started their music games, is you had to unlock the songs before you could play them in free play.
Yeah.
Then eventually in Dance Central, they're and Rock Band, they were all the songs are unlocked from the beginning, and you're like, great. And then they just went back on that.
No, Rock Band 2, you had to unlock them all.
Well, then Rock Band 3, you didn't.
All right, I think that's where they relearned their lesson, I guess.
And then Dance Central, I don't believe you did either. They were all unlocked.
Dance Central, they were all unlocked. That is
Yeah.
right.
And then this one, you got to go back to
I love me
unlocking
some
them
Dance
from the
Central, man.
Dance Central's great.
It's so good.
I should have picked up that most recent one.
I still haven't picked it up either. I probably won't because I don't have space right now for a dancing game at all. But
I barely have enough space, but anyway. But like I said, when you are playing a song you like, or you're playing a mix of a song you like, and they're sending a lot of cues at you, it's pretty fun. You can get into it.
cool.
But yes, there's a story. You're trying to purge the world of bad noise or something like that by going to these different realms, and it's kind of point-and-click adventure. By playing music, you're strengthening magic or something. I don't know. You have to construct Mickey's hat at the beginning, get all the stars for it. Mickey Mouse is not in the game, at least not yet.
Are there any Disney characters in there?
Nope.
Because Fantasia really only had Mickey in it, so.
There's nothing Disney in the game. besides Mickey's hat, I guess.
Well, it's a good thing they use that license.
Yeah, I don't.
This game didn't have much of a fanfare, did it?
Kind of came and went. That's for sure. That's like, yeah, it came out a few weeks ago, and like no one was talking about it. But anyways, those last two games I'll have a review of for sure at some point coming up. But that's all I've been playing.
Cool. So on the news then.
Let's go look into the news. What did I put here? Okay, so all those Atari carts that were unburied.
Yeah.
Some of them are on eBay if you want to buy them. They don't work. Just keep that in mind.
Of course, they were kept in a landfill.
Right.
In like a crushed cement block.
I'm just saying, the people on eBay are making sure to say they don't work. So
right, they're collector's items, though.
Nah. Yeah, so for a few $100s...
I heard something about they're going for like $500.
Yeah, gross. Like a few $100s, you can get some garbage. You can literally get some garbage.
Gross. If I'm going to buy E.T. for the Atari for $500, I at least want to play it. Damn it.
Yeah, you can't play this. You can look at it.
That's yeah.
Actually, in fact, you can do anything you want besides play it.
Paul, I'm pretty sure you can easily get ET for less than $500.
Yeah.
Something tells me that's the case.
But then it won't be garbage.
It's true. It will not be garbage.
It'll just be a bad game.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. John, you're going to have to buy ET, throw it into the garbage, and then I will pay you a little bit more than what you paid for it originally. So it will officially have been garbage, and I paid less than $500.
Sweet, so I'll make $3 instead of $1.50.
It's better than nothing. Take it or leave it.
I'll do you one better. John, get a copy of ET, crush it, throw it in the garbage, then put it in your museum and claim it's one of the buried ones.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking people are doing on eBay. They're just crushing the cartridges.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? How would you prove it?
You wouldn't.
So... Anyway,
take a picture of you in New Mexico.
Yeah, with a newspaper or something. Anyway, that's the thing you can do. Here's another dumb thing you can do. If you want to get some sweet in-game Assassin's Creed items, you should go buy some Edge shaving gel.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to do that? You know what? I'll tell you who doesn't want to do that. Everyone, because it's No Shave November, and you know not to shave.
Okay. Every single person, don't shave.
Anyway, you can get like a sword or an assassin's hood
or
and it's
armor
vest
or some armor. Yeah, with your Assassin's Creed branded Edge shaving gel.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the chat for people to see because it's just that ridiculous.
It's a good deal. Hey, you're gonna get shaving gel anyway, right? You might as well get some cool sword with it. And you're gonna
fucking stupid.
You're telling me you're going to be in the aisle and you're like, I need some new shaving gel. This one comes with a sword. This one doesn't. This one, I don't see an assassin's hood on this one. I'm going Edge all the way rest of my life. I'm making good decisions left, right, and center right there.
Oh, bro, I got a date tonight. We're going to play that new Assassin's Creed game together. Oh, look at that. I can shave for my date and I have a cool new sword.
There are like 3 people in the world who would have that situation.
Yeah,
I think you're overshooting it with 3.
Well, that's why there's 3 different items you can get. You know, the one person picks up the 3 different types.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Your bro comes home with his sweet new copy of Unity, and he's like, dude, we're going to have fun tonight. And you're on the couch, and you're like, oh, we're going to have so much fun. And you bring out 3 cans of shaving gel. I'm prepared. And then he's like, yeah, but then he's like, oh crap, because I just bought 3 too. Now we have way too much Assassin's hoods.
Oh,
anyway.
Man. Yeah. That's a dumb thing.
Or just get all the Assassin's hoods and it comes rare, and then you can flood the market.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we got a bunch of Nintendo news. Here's one that's not very interesting. Next year there's an app for your phone all about Mii's, and it's coming.
Wait, where was that? I watched that direct and I didn't see it there.
This is not part of the direct. This is earlier in the week.
Oh, okay.
But clearly the biggest news, a Mii app. I can't wait for that. You know what I'm going to do with that?
No.
Customize my Mii on my phone.
So dumb.
Because I can't wait to do it at home every day.
Oh shit, my Mii doesn't look like me right now. There we go.
Actually, you know what? If it utilizes the camera so that I can always make sure my me is most accurately representing how I currently look. That's cool. Right? How many times have you left like a barber and you're like, I gotta get home right now because my me has longer hair than I do?
Absolutely
I can
never.
just snap a selfie while in the chair. You could do several throughout the haircut.
You're not wrong.
Get some real-time updates for your me.
You're not wrong. You could do this.
You could do all that if they utilize the camera.
I think
Nintendo probably won't.
I
They're
think it
probably
would be
looking at this
cool.
sweet money-making idea that I just came up with and saying, I don't want to do that. Instead, here's an app that tells you about bullshit.
I think it would be a cool way to get like make me's of people you meet in everyday life. It's like this guy on the bus right here. He's now on my Tomodachi.
This random stranger. Oh man. I need this random stranger in my life, but only as a cartoon character.
Like, okay, their sales ad for downloading this app is, have you ever been in a situation where you meet someone really cool and you're just like, I wish you were a me on my Wii U? We got an app for that. Here's your app. You go up to people, take their photos, now you got a me of them.
Want to put that cool person you met in your video game? There's an app for that.
Now,
So
yeah,
dumb.
you're taking that me, you're playing Mario Kart as that me. That's a friendship for
man.
life right there.
And they don't even know. They don't have to know.
They don't
your
have to
horrible
know, yeah.
secrets.
But you could tell them. You could be like, I play as you in Mario Kart every day. We've never met, by the way.
Day.
So, but hey, maybe this app will be awesome. Who knows?
Maybe.
Like, a me app, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Another thing that's endless is Nintendo Directs, because they just keep coming every few months.
Yeah.
Let's
Hey
talk
man,
about the
I
one
don't
that
mind hearing
happened.
about new games.
No, for sure. Let's talk about the one that happened today.
Okay.
There's going to be Pikmin animations you can buy, guys.
They are already available, actually.
$5. You can buy
Already
an animation
available.
of Pikmin.
Now, I'm a little surprised at your reaction on this. I figured you would actually be excited about this.
Pikmin animations?
Because I thought you like animation, and I figured you like Pikmin, so I figured it's kind of go hand in hand.
We here at Nintendo have broken through to our target audience. We brought out the Venn diagram, and we've noticed that kids are both into Pikmin and animation. Guys, this is going to print money.
Just where the two circles meet, it's just
Yeah.
you. A picture of your me.
It's just no, I think fans of both animation and Pikmin are like it's just one circle. They're just perfectly overlapping.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so $5, that's a steal. 20 minutes of Pikmin animation. The one on my 3DS is in 3D. That's great.
I'm surprised you're shitting on this as much as you are. They didn't make it that big a focus.
I can't believe they even mentioned it. It
was a little silly to add in, I'll give it that, but I mean, apparently they showed it at, the Tokyo International Film Festival, and apparently it went over well.
Great. You know what else is cool? Pikmin 3 demos coming. You guys excited?
That was dumb.
You guys
was flat out dumb.
Gotta check out this sweet demo for that game.
Yeah.
It came out literally more than a year ago, like 14 months ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a thing. Majora's Mask 3D was announced. It's happening.
Yep.
to no one's surprise, but to everyone's happiness, apparently.
I guess so.
I guess I should finally play through the entirety of that game. So this will give me the jump start for that. Did they give a date on that? Was it like March or something?
Spring 2015.
Spring, okay. They also showed. I only caught the second half of the stream where all the good stuff was. Not. What did they mention about Codename Steam?
They showed footage of it, and I forget if they said a release date. If they said it was this year or next year. I think they said next year.
Next spring.
Yeah. It basically looks like XCOM right now, which is kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Or Advance Wars, right?
No, because it was third-person view of your characters moving around, and then you had a finite resource. So it was a mix between XCOM and Valkyria Chronicles. You could even set your characters up to counterattack if anyone gets into their line of sight and stuff like that. But you play as you lead a force led by Abraham Lincoln, who's basically dressed like a general superhero, using the power of steam to fight aliens.
Right, yes.
It looks pretty cool.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is in February. Splatoon is second quarter 2015.
Yep, they showed off the single player.
Xenoblade Chronicles X is 2015. What else? Oh, there's something about a duck hunt for the Wii U.
Oh yeah, they showed the trailer for Duck Hunt Dog for Smash, and then they said Duck Hunt is going to be on the Virtual Console.
Just the original Duck Hunt, or are they like redoing it?
Original Duck Hunt.
Original.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Captain Toad, Kirby, Yoshi, and Mario Party are all going to get Amiibo support.
And Mario Kart.
Did they mention that?
Yes,
well,
okay. Mario Kart, the Mario Kart Amiibo stuff they actually showed off in like to an extent.
We already knew about that. They had mentioned that.
Same with Hyrule Warriors.
Okay. So is there gonna be like two different Link ones?
No. Using the actual Link one unlocks an item in game. I think everyone else they said will unlock random like events or weapons or just like rupees. It's just basically bonuses. But the Link one in particular will unlock something in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I think that was it for the Nintendo Direct. It was like 30 minutes long, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 30 minutes long. It was the European one, so they showed off a lot of stuff like, here's the release dates for Smash Brothers and like Pokemon. It's all like a week after ours on like November 26th or something like that.
I think ours is the 21st for those two.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's all the news I got.
How are you not talking about Dawngate going down? They're stopping that game, dude.
EA's Dawngate. The good thing about Google Docs is everyone can edit it.
I just got home when we started.
Okay, I know nothing about Dawngate. EA had a MOBA that was in beta for 18 months and they canceled it.
Yes, that is exactly what happened. People liked it though. It was fun. It did.
Did you like
stuff.
it? You're the MOBA expert of this podcast.
Yeah, it was fun. It did some cool things. It made the game kind of feel fresher without like all these stupid little roles that the other MOBAs put you in. I thought they were doing good, but it turns out nope, it's gone.
Oh,
so that's done now.
That's a really long beta, like 18 months.
That's weird because I thought it was only announced at E3.
No, it was already in closed beta.
Okay.
By that time, I believe. Maybe it was at E3 that it went into open
I know
beta.
It was in open beta.
It was in open beta. Canceled. Yeah, but I mean, Dota 2 was in beta for like 2 years, basically. So, I don't know. I guess it's not that weird to me. MOBAs go into betas for a long time because they need a lot of people to play it and a lot of people to find every little problem with them. But I guess, I don't know. I guess Dawngate just couldn't compete, maybe. It doesn't really say here. It just says that they're not really happy with, like, the progress they've made or lack thereof or something in the letter here. And that's it. So, I don't know, like, what happened, but I liked it. Other people liked it.
I guess if you spent money, you're getting a refund. So
they are giving out refunds to people that spent money in the game. So at least they're doing the right thing there. It's just like, hey, your money isn't gone. We'll actually give it back to you because this never was a product. Really?
So what's the best?
That's kind of rare. Good thing for EA to do though, because usually they get shit on for their practices.
Good guy EA. Yeah.
There you go.
So now with this gone, what's your favorite MOBA that's out there?
Dota 2.
Okay.
That hasn't changed. I just don't play it much anymore.
Questions?
Yes.
Questions. Okay. If people want to send in questions, what can they do?
topdownperspective@gmail.com. They can go to Facebook and look up Top Down Perspective, or they can do the Twitters at TDP Podcast.
Yeah, and they have to write stuff when they look that stuff up. They can't just look it up.
Well, I mean, you can just look it up, but we won't read your question if you don't give us one, right?
Yeah, you got to give us a question for us to read.
Also, make it good.
Yeah, we only accept good questions.
Please.
We only accept good questions, like this one from Mitchell. He writes, "You guys suck."
Oh no! Why did we accept that one?
Oh crap! No, that wasn't a good question at all. Oh man. Okay, Mitchell writes, "After Mario Kart 8 was released, you guys, Sean and John, discussed what you liked and didn't like about it. During the conversation, Sean mentioned that it was his second least favorite Mario Kart, right above the Wii version. This has me curious. If you were to put together a list of your favorite Mario Karts from most to least, what would it look like? And then he gives his list. I'm assuming one is his favorite, but his list goes Double Dash, DS, 8, Wii, 7, 64, Super Circuit, and Super Mario Kart. So what's your guys' list, best to worst? I mean, like, I could be mistaken. He could have done worst to best, but then that's wrong because Double Dash is the best. So
I'm pretty sure it was best to worst. Because very rarely will you find someone who will put the original Super Mario Kart as their best game.
I feel like tons of people will do that because it's a lot of people's first Mario Kart.
Yeah, but if you go back and play it now, it's aged really bad.
First Mario Kart's usually your favorite.
I'd probably say DS is actually my favorite.
Okay, we gotta go for best to worst.
All right. Give me a sec then. Probably DS, Wii, 8.
What? Okay.
7, Double Dash, 64, Mario Kart, Super Circuit.
Okay, so Super Circuit is your least favorite?
I feel like Mario Kart and Super Circuit are almost interchangeable at this point.
Okay, I played very little of the GBA one. What's wrong with it?
Very flat course design. You needed multiple, or no, you didn't need multiple copies. But you needed like the link cable and everything if you wanted to play any multiplayer.
Well, that was just the Game Boy Advance, like.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the problem though, and I believe if you didn't have multiple copies of the game,
keep in mind that was one of the
themselves.
only versions of Mario Kart that you can play with a worm light.
Oh yeah, there you go. You've completely changed my mind with that.
Yeah, it was worm light compatible. Most Game Boy Advance games, I won't say all, I'm not 100% sure. Most Game Boy Advance games are, and Game Boy games are worm light compatible. I should find my worm light. Probably.
I had a worm light for quite a long time.
What color was your worm light?
Purple.
So was mine. Wait.
See-through purple.
What color was your Game Boy?
Original Game Boy was the standard color.
Game Boy Color.
I didn't own a Game Boy Color.
What? How did you play Game Boy Color games?
I borrowed one off a friend, actually.
Oh, man. I see you get the see-through purple Game Boy Color.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Then you get the purple worm light. Coolest kid on the playground.
I never had
nighttime.
I never had the worm light. I did have the Game Boy Color, the purple transparent.
Dude, how did you play games in the dark?
I didn't.
How did you do that? What?
I didn't play games in the dark, like, ever.
What if you're on a camping trip and you gotta play some Game Boy?
I hate camping. I went camping like twice and I fucking hate it. I can't stand it.
That's smart. Never leave the sunlight. Keep lights always on. Who needs a worm light? You show them. You show Nintendo. I don't need your bullshit.
That's right.
Nintendo didn't even release the worm light. That was a third party.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they did.
That was like Intech.
Well,
you're right. It totally was.
Worm lights are like Kleenex. They're the default.
Yeah.
Everyone's wondering, I got this off-brand worm light, and you're like, whatever. I got this magnifying glass.
Did you have the magnifying glass light one? That was, I think, official Nintendo.
No, but I definitely saw that thing.
I never.
It was like, this is a transformer. What is this?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul, list your Mario Karts.
I can't. I don't.
At least
because I generally don't like Mario Kart games at all.
What's your favorite Mario Kart? Just say Double Dash.
It's not. I actually don't like Double Dash at all. I can't stand it.
Oh, so you don't like Mario Kart, but you're just gonna make sure that you shit on that one.
That is the one that made me stop playing Mario Kart games.
Because you were like, "This is the best. It's not gonna get any better than that."
Yeah, that must have been it. I don't know. The most fun I had with Mario Kart games was 64 at the time with friends.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
that was my first one, but Double Dash is my favorite, followed by 7. No, DS, then 7,
and then 8.
No, never.
8's probably on the bottom of his list.
Double Dash, DS, 7, 64, And I didn't play enough of the Game Boy Advance and the Super Mario Kart, so I'll just put those ones there, and then I'll make sure that 7 and 8 are at the bottom.
Fair enough.
Wait, you went from putting 7 on like third on your list to last?
Sorry, Wii and 8 on the bottom.
Okay.
Sorry, you're right. 7 is way better than those. Shouldn't be anywhere near those games. And those games should be nowhere near me. Cody writes in,
Jesus.
do any of you have a licensed game that you played mostly because you were a fan of the license? For me, it is the Harry Potter games.
Oh.
Did you play any bad licensed games because you liked that license?
I'm sure I have. Most comic book games, like growing up, it was like, oh, Spider-Man! Then you play it and you're like, fuck, this is terrible.
Yeah, I feel like you can just say comic book characters and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Played a Tarzan Game Boy game and it was pretty bad.
The Page Master.
That doesn't sound. That doesn't.
We should
no way
talk
does that
about
sound
licensed games that were good and how they were all made by Capcom.
What? Hey,
that's true.
Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum.
Well, now.
Yeah.
Well,
dude, you remember The Little Mermaid? Game's great. I'm not even exaggerating. It's really
Never
good.
actually played that, but I've heard it was really good.
It's really good.
That TMNT game is pretty good as a ripoff of Prince of Persia.
The one based on the CG movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't play that.
Also, real easy achievement points. Pro tip.
Of course.
I'm trying to think if there was like a license I was actually like into, so I played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably some like Simpsons games back in the day.
Predator on the
was
NES
fun.
was terrible, but I played a lot of that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How many times did you play Big Mode?
I don't remember. I was young and dumb.
There's a good chunk of licensed games that I that I played by liking the license, but it turned out in the actual they were like really good games. Like Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. That seems to be like the one Lord of the Rings game that people like.
Yeah.
Played a bunch of that one. And Simpsons Hit and Run. Played a bunch of that one, which is like the GTA Simpsons game.
Hit and Run and Road Rage were like just came out at like the right point, and they were good for what they were.
Yeah. What else?
Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
I played the Brave video game because I liked Brave.
The Super Star Wars games.
Okay, yeah.
I guess you
Rogue
could say
Squadron.
You could say any Lego game. Because they're based completely on their license.
I guess, but I don't think I've ever played a Lego game because I was like, I like building Lego.
Sure.
What's virtual Lego like?
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yeah.
You played that because you're into James Bond?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a really fun game.
Oh, actually, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes. Yeah.
And that turned out to just be the best movie tying game of all time. So.
No, I'm still gonna go with GoldenEye on that one.
Really?
Scott Pilgrim was really fun though.
Scott Pilgrim's real good, and it has an amazing. I guess, yeah, GoldenEye would definitely be up there. I didn't think about GoldenEye. I just really like. That makes me think now. That soundtrack's so good. Okay, next question. Glenn writes in. Dear TDP, when I was 10 years old, I took it upon myself to try out the Zelda franchise, and I had a choice between two hot sellers at the time on GameCube. Wind Waker and the Zelda Collector's Edition. I went with the Collector's Edition, and I'm very pleased with this choice a decade later. In retrospective, though I do like Wind Waker... Oh, sorry.
That's one sentence, yeah.
Yes. Wrong inflection. Anyway, are there any extreme smart calls you made out of luck when you were younger in regards to choosing which games or console to purchase?
No.
I lucked into getting...
That looks stupid. I'm not getting that.
I lucked into getting Final Fantasy 3/6. So.
Actually, I do have that as well. Yes. So there's that.
I was going to say, I had a bit of bad luck, I remember, as a kid, because I asked for, on my birthday, I asked for Donkey Kong Country 1.
Mm-hmm.
but they were sold out. So my mom asked me, she's like, okay, here are what games that they do have in the store. What do you want? And I ended up with Lion King for Super Nintendo, which was, if you know your movie tie-in games, is one of the hardest ones that came out in the time.
That explains
and I
a
got
lot.
really damn good at that game. I beat that game a lot.
Just
now
think,
you know why I like hard games so much.
What kind of person John would be if he just got Donkey Kong Country at the right time?
Dude, those fucking monkeys. Fuck them.
No, that's not the hard part. That's one of the
No, that's not the
easiest
hard
parts
part,
of the
but
game.
I hate it because they're just flinging you around, and then there's always that one that's like, I forgot to meh at or whatever, so I have to do it all again.
That was really accurate, too.
I feel like that's just a good analogy of life.
It kind of is. There's always that monkey.
They're just always swinging around, but there's that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few shitty jumps there, too, on the graveyard, and... Yeah.
I liked Soul Calibur a lot, so I asked for Soul Calibur Legends.
Oh no.
Oh.
That was a mistake. So that's a bad one. I'm trying to think. One that I did good luck though. When I was trying out Metal Gear Solid for the first time, I didn't know anything about it, and I was just picking up like a used copy of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
But the EB Games, they were doing their like, I don't know, daily promotion or whatever, and Metal Gear Solid 3 was $10, and they were like, you could get this one, it's a bit cheaper and newer, and I was like, oh, okay, and it's way better.
Yeah.
So I lucked into that
the best one. So
that So
that was a good one.
I remember one Christmas I asked for some specific games, and they got them for me. But next year, I guess I forgot to tell them what games I wanted. So my sister went off the games she got me last year and got me versions that matched up. So she got me Castlevania Judgment for Wii, because I asked for a Castlevania game, and I think she got me. And I think I also got, like, I can't remember what the other one was, because it was supposed to be Fatal Frame.
It was supposed to be Fatal Frame?
No, because the previous year, it was like Castlevania and Fatal Frame was what I got for Christmas.
Oh, we tried to find something that looked like Fatal Frame. So
yeah, and I don't even know what the heck it was. All I remember is Castlevania Judgment.
It was for the Wii?
I think it might have been for Xbox, what I ended up with. I don't remember.
It was probably...
This was like the last year they bought me games.
Was it Halo?
No, I like Halo, so that wouldn't have made any sense.
Was it Halo 2?
No, I got that for my birthday.
Halo 2 is pretty similar to Fatal Frame.
Yes. Completely.
Like they're basically the same game.
I bought Halo 2 for my birthday. That was my birthday gift to myself.
Okay. Don't you hate it when you get a Christmas present, like when they're like, I thought you would like this, and it's just the worst thing? Like, I remember I can't remember who got it for me, but it was a CD. One of my parents just went in and they were like, what's popular? They just asked what would be a good gift for like a
for
whatever
like a 14-year-old boy or
something like that. Ended up getting like a Simple Plan CD, and I was just like, ugh. Why? What did I do to make you think I was into this? I remember there was like a family friend over, and she was like, if you don't want it, like, I can take it. And I was like, you are welcome to have this album. I don't want it.
Oh man, do you remember Soul Decision?
No, what is that?
My best friend at the time.
Is that a band?
It's a boy band.
It sounds like a boy band.
My best friend at I think we were 14 or 15, and his aunt was one of those people, like, she went into the HMV and said, what type of music does a 14-year-old boy like?
Yeah,
and of course, like, the stupid asshole working there that hates his life, right? He's just like, this Soul Decision. And he just got
Maybe he was just being a jerk.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I still remember his face when he opened it, because I was at his house, and I just started laughing, and he looked so upset. It's the best time of my life. But yeah, they're the ones who do that Faded song. The one that's like, kind of faded, but I feel alright. Think about making my move tonight, or something like that.
That sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, that's them.
Oh, wow. Holy crap. I haven't heard that song in forever.
Yeah. So that's them. That was great.
I actually lucked out with one of those what are kids into these days things when my mom was like, what do kids like? And she came back with an N64 and Ocarina of Time.
That's amazing.
Right? And I don't know if it was the same year, or it might have been another one. No, because that was like a birthday present. There was one Christmas where she went in and she was like, "What do kids like?" And she comes back with Final Fantasy VII. So that was pretty good too.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Quick side note, because I keep getting asked it in the chat. If I'm going to be playing a bird story, of course I'm going to be playing a bird story. Henry writes in, what's the greatest number of games you've juggled at a single point in your life?
I'm going to assume they don't mean physically juggled.
I can't juggle at all, so...
No, I think they mean physically juggled. What's your
it's air quoted, so I'm pretty sure that means that and you just played at the same time, like jump back and forth between.
Well, I'm more curious of the first one now.
5.
Physically juggled 5?
Yeah, but they were like Game Boy carts. That's the only way I could do it.
Okay. That's cool. Can you do that right now?
No.
Okay. Please?
No.
Okay.
I also don't have them around. They're outside.
You have no Game Boy Advance carts?
I have 1.
I don't believe that.
I'm serious.
Okay. Paul?
Yeah, even the Game Boy player has nothing there.
I can't juggle at all, so like physically 1 probably.
Probably like 2 for me.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, maybe 2.
2's pretty easy. I can't juggle.
In the way he means it, probably 2 or 3. Not very many.
That one I'd probably also answer 4 or 5, maybe even more.
If it comes to games like I've started playing that I feel like I'm still playing, it's probably around 4-ish. But if it's like games that are waiting to be reviewed, that are, needing to be played,
yeah.
I was at 6 until before Project Spark. So, yep.
Yeah.
And I have more coming on the way. Can't wait. Gotta play games. Never leave.
'Tis the season.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. That's for sure. Okay, last question. Hannah writes, Nintendo wants you to make a game that does something new and creative with the gamepad. No restrictions other than that. What game do you make, and what do you do with the gamepad?
I make
a game that doesn't use the gamepad.
So let's break this down. What are things we can stay away?
Like, this has to be completely new idea?
Well, they just, come up with a creative idea for the gamepad. So what are things we can't use? It can't be a map. It can't be the exact thing that's on the TV.
No, because I already know the answer to this, but if it has to be
What's the answer?
Well, if it has to be completely original, it doesn't work. The answer is Pokemon Snap 2, it's the camera, or Fatal Frame for that matter, or Mario Paint Wii U edition, and it's a tablet.
They've done.
Technically, that already exists as Art Academy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but it's not Mario Paint. I want that Mario Paint and that fly swatting game again.
That would be really nice if that came back.
Yeah.
It's looking like Mario Maker might have that, though, because a lot of the assets are from Mario Paint.
Oh, cool.
Even, there was a fly you could swat.
There you go.
Pokemon Snap 2, though. That's where they need to go for the money. Make that thing a camera.
I'm trying to think. So games where I loved the use of the gamepad were Wario, Game and Wario.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think if Wonderful 101 did anything interesting.
It was like Okami, where you had to do a lot of circling and stuff like that, or you would go into buildings and it would become how you played the game.
That's right. Yeah, I guess that's okay. It's definitely better than a map.
You know those pinhead things, like the little pins, and then you push on your face and it shows your face in the pins?
Yeah.
What if they could do something with that where you put the tablet up to your face and it looks like you're coming through the TV? But
you'd have to roll it to get your whole face. You'd have to be rolling your face on this tablet.
Oh yeah, I'm playing a game.
That's how. And then your mom's like, hey, honey, can I come in? What are you doing? Don't come in here, Mom!
Don't come in here. She opens the door. What are you doing? Ah!
I can explain.
I learned it from you, Mom. I learned it from you.
On the TV, it just shows a splatter of his face.
No, on the TV, it shows this photorealistic one because it works great.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's how you make a really good custom Mii's. You don't use the camera. You roll your face on it. But they don't tell you that one. I don't know why. Something else unique. John, any ideas?
I'm just trying to think right now. Fruit Puncher is something interesting in the chat. It says Game Freak stated that until they find out a fun new idea to use the camera, they won't make or help in creating Pokemon Snap 2 and Pokemon Stadium 3.
Interesting.
Well, fuck.
I don't know why the camera would come into play for Stadium 3, but
Yeah.
Take a picture of your face, put it on a Pokemon's head. You're the Pokemon. I'm trying to think of games I've played where I didn't like the implementation and what I would have preferred. How about a fart button? Right? How amazing would that be?
Mario Kart 8 technically has that.
We're just going down to
terrible.
basic, like, shitty mobile apps now on the Wii U pad.
No,
That's kind of this is basically
has that.
This is basically just a tablet or a phone, really.
It is a tablet. I think you could do something cool with Fire Emblem.
I would be down for like another tilt and tumble kind of game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, the problem with that. Well, what I'm thinking of is what
about if you had a tilt and tumble type game, but it also combined with like the Kirby Kamikaze style, where you had to like draw paths and stuff like that. So like you're doing like the tilt controls, and you also have to keep on up with making paths.
But then you're like never looking at the TV.
That's the problem, really, is that coming up with ideas that use two screens that aren't connected like the DS or 3DS is tricky.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that you could do something cool where you're like planning out something on the screen below, and then you like watch it in action on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
You could do something Steel Battalion-esque, I'd imagine, where like the TV is like your main HUD, but then you've also got like your control panel you can move around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the other problem is that the Wii U is only single touch. It's not haptic.
That's true. So actually rubbing your face on it wouldn't do much. It would just be 1 point, and then it wouldn't look great. Something else cool. Nate, I guess this is why Nintendo can't come up with any good ideas.
I like I'm 3D Homer's suggestion, a D&D type game where the person with the gamepad is a dungeon master.
I've definitely heard that before. Yeah.
That would. What was that Fable game that was coming out, or it just came out? Fable Heroes.
Something.
Or I
like
guess
that.
it's probably still in the works. Yeah, like that would actually be pretty good with the gamepad.
I'm assuming they're probably going to do something with that with Smart Glass. That's the thing, though, is I think of all the other games where they've done, like, use the tablet to, like, interact with the player, and no one ever does that because it's dumb. Like, you know, in Need for Speed, hey, I'll send some cops at you. Okay. Are you having fun? No. Anyway, we said a bunch of stuff for that question. If people want to write in for next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, or the Facebook group is Top Down Perspective. Look it up right now. That's going to do it. What's your guys' games of the week?
Okami.
Evolve.
Oh, yeah. You guys had one game.
It's pretty easy to pick.
I've been wanting to get into that Binding of Isaac Rebirth so bad. I just haven't had time.
I just downloaded it on my Vita because it's a free game for Vita this month.
Yep. It's so good.
Mine's probably Sunset Overdrive. That's my answer.
Okay.
Sweet.
Fair enough.
That'll do it. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Later.